The deal, people. This Fresh Bless. I'm gonna keep it short, simple, and sweet. I said simple. I'm gonna keep it short, simple, and sweet on this video. Today we're gonna be talking about marriage and why it doesn't work out. And to be frank, to be honest, men, we move towards not wanting to be married. Not all of us, but majority of us don't want to be married for the simple fact that we understand it's a contract, it's an agreement. I could say some women also believe this, you know what I'm saying? Realistic women, the ones that think about it in a realistic way. We living in the modern times. We living in the modern days where um, you know, we in the futuristic times where things are not the same as they was when we was growing up. That's why you see more people moving towards working a business, being entrepreneurs instead of working in factories and things like this. That's what the school system was based around. It was teaching us and preparing us to work for it was teaching us to manufacture different things like within factories and stuff like that. So that's part of why so many people believe school is not needed nowadays, or it needs to be upgraded. In a modern way of teaching, which is meditating and teaching financial literacy and things like this, because we're moving into the digital world where all the things that was needed is not even needed. But on marriage, let's get on the topic. On marriage, yeah, like I said, women who are realistic thinkers, and independent, they also see it like a realistic man with an independent mindset would see it. Whereas marriage is just a contract, it's a legal agreement that binds two people together, but not in a real way, not in a way that is was set up to be in the Bible. In the Bible, it was set up to marriage was set up for two people to be binded together, whether it was with a ring, a material thing, or if it was written on paper or anything like that. Long as they soul bonded together, long as they came into a covenant in spirit, that was what real marriage was about. But today, real marriage it don't even really exist. You know what I'm saying? Because it's people thinking about benefits, and they think about how can they capitalize off of being in this situation with another person. So today's times in the modern society, the way that they set up marriage to be, a lot of people don't want to get married. So it's understandable that a lot of women, they still want to be married. They still want to have that covenant, it was actually set out to be, which is a spiritual bond, and a solid foundation. Whereas realistic people, we thinking about it in a way where it's like, yeah, we'd like to have that too, but realistically, that's not being shared out here. That's not what's being given. It's people trying to get down on another person, you know. So that's why a lot of people, won't be married, or if they would, if they are married, it doesn't last. It doesn't, go very far, because a lot of people in the interviewing stage, until they get into this covenant, that's a legal agreement, what I'm saying, written on paper in black and white. Now they understand that they have the state behind them. They understand that it's no prenuptial agreement in the situation. So now, if I, start to act out or do anything, I understand if this situation ends, I'm gonna be able to capitalize off of it. Or, she understands she's gonna be able to capitalize off of it. So it go both ways. So instead of us continuously always thinking about how we gonna get a marriage, how we gonna get in a situation of a legal agreement, we need to think about, before we even do that, before we even consider that, if that is a possibility for the situation that you're in, how strong is the spiritual bond? How strong is the spiritual connection and the spiritual foundation? Because that's the real marriage. That's what real marriage is. If you don't have a real spiritual foundation, there's no way you should go into a situation that's a legal agreement with the state, because you setting yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a little game, man. Hopefully you take heed and pay attention. If not, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be out here assed out, because you just playing with your life, and life ain't a game. Even though it is a game, you gotta have the right card, so that way you know how to deal and play it right, man. It's your man's Fresh the Bless, or Fresh the Best. You know what I'm saying? I'll get at y'all in the next one. You did.